God puts you guys here. You keep knocking on an open door. That's a revelation right there. That's a revelation all by itself. You're knocking on a door that's already open. The door is open, you're knocking on the side, and you're not looking that you already got the door open. You're knocking on open doors. Stop knocking on open doors. Stop trying to worry about why is the door open. Stop trying to figure all the mechanics out. Just say, I'm walking through. I'm trusting the process. I'm trusting what you're saying. I'm believing by faith, and God is going to make a way. That's all you have to do. That's faith. Faith does not require you to question or figure things out. Just do it. That's our problem. Well, man, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Man, I'm still trying to figure this thing out. Man, you're going to do that, it's going to be 6 years from now. God is not going to ever tell you on purpose. Let me give you guys an example. It's like somebody driving. It's like somebody's driving and you're following somebody. And you say, hey, let me go ahead and get the address too, just in case I may want to stop and then I'll get myself there. Or just in case I lose you. So that way you no longer have to depend on following the person you're following. God is the opposite. God says he doesn't want you to know the direction, because then you'll stop depending on him. You'll stop depending on him and try to find your own way to get to your destination. So on purpose, God doesn't give you any directions, so you have to follow him. And the only way you get lost from your destination is you choose to not follow him and figure it out on your own. And you never end up getting to the destination because you never had the direction. So in this life that we live in, we have to choose to follow him and not worry about how I'm going to get there or what turn to go. Because guess what? When you're following somebody, it's less stressful because you don't have to worry about, did I miss my stop? Did I miss my turn? Did I miss my light? Am I in the right area? All you gotta do is look at the light that's in front of you. All you gotta do is look at the light that's in front of you and keep on going and focus on nothing else but just following the person to your destination. And here's your revelation. When you look at following the person to your destination, people ask you, how did you get there? I don't know. I followed them. I don't know how I got there. I can't even tell you, man. You're going to have to ask them, because God doesn't want you to tell somebody how you got there. He wants you to tell them about somebody that can change anybody, that can turn somebody around. Come on, somebody. Remember that song, I'm a nobody, trying to tell everybody about somebody that can change anybody. That's what he wants you to do. I don't know. Pastor Bey and them got it. I don't know. This is the blueprint. I don't know. Here. Let me get you in front of the person. Hold on. Let me show you. Follow me as I follow them. That's the key. That's the key, y'all. That's the key. Another revelation I got this morning was it was so powerful and so profound. I want to say this all the time. You know, I was putting popcorn in the microwave and turning on the microwave, right? And, you know, the Spirit kept saying, you didn't put popcorn in the microwave. See, yes, I did. I did put popcorn in the microwave. No, you didn't put popcorn in the microwave. You didn't put popcorn. Yes, I did. I put popcorn in the microwave. I know I did. It says popcorn. He said, you didn't put popcorn in the microwave. He said, well, what did I put in there? He said, you put kernels in the microwave. You put kernels in the microwave and you just spoke in existence of what is going to become. But how does kernels in the microwave turn into popcorn? The light and the heat has to hit it. In life, you're just a kernel, right? And all you're doing is saying, I have to go through something. And at first I go into a dark place. I go into a dark place and sometimes the doors be shut on me. And then in life, as the heat gets on me, I start turning around. And I start turning around. Sometimes you're turning around and you don't see yourself going the way, like, man, I'm just going in circles. I'm going in circles. I'm going in circles. But when the timing is right, as the heat and the light is on me, bam, I jump up out of my current situation, and I transform into popcorn. I transform into popcorn. But guess what? What not only changes about me, but what's also holding me changes, because the bag that was holding the popcorn started out flat. Sometimes we start out flat. Sometimes we start out low. But as I change, the thing that's holding me down's got nothing to change too. And I expand into a whole nother level, and I get bigger and I get bigger. But also, God says, I can't be quiet about my transformation. So no matter if somebody walks away from me, regardless if my situation's walked away, the way I know that things are changing is I hear a sound. I hear a sound of it jumping up and down and popping in the situation. God told me to tell you, your life is getting ready to start popping. Your life is getting ready to start popping, and it's going to make a sound where people are gonna know that they're changing. They don't even have to see it. They know it's changing. Every time your life pops, people gonna know your life changed, because they're gonna know by the sound of your voice. When you start giving God the praise, when you start giving God the honor, when you start giving him the glory, when you start declaring what I'm supposed to do in my life in this season, your life is gonna start popping, and people gonna say, I haven't witnessed it myself, but I know that they've been changed. They know there's been changed. They know it's been changed. You all in your kernel season right now.
Oh God.
You're in your kernel season right now. And you're saying popcorn, but people don't see it. You're saying popcorn, but people don't see it, right? They don't see it. They can't see it. They're saying, what you talking about? They're saying your life is flat. I don't see it. I don't see how you're gonna be big one day. You're flat. You're flat. But guess what? As I keep turning my life around, as I keep on letting the heat stay up on me, as I keep letting life changes constantly change my life, eventually I'm gonna pop and my life is gonna spin, and what was used to hold me down is gonna get up off me. It's gonna get up off me. The job's gonna get up off me. My broken days is gonna get up off me. My lonely days is gonna get up off me. These medications gonna get up off me. These doctors' bad news is gonna get up off me. All these things are gonna get off me, because I'm gonna expand. They got no choice but to move. Because when I move, you're gonna move just like that. You gotta understand that in this time, it's all about what you declare that's gonna get your process started. See, if it never said popcorn, you wouldn't put it in there. You don't see it. It's a kernel. You're like, how is this? It's so hard, it's so small. How is this going to transform from something so tough and hard to something I can eat? A kernel, you try to chew it. You can break your teeth trying to chew it. You're saying to yourself, how can I break this? How can I digest this? How can I process this? You got to go through some heat, and you got to turn your situation around. You got to be willing for the door to be closed on you, because if the door doesn't close on you, it's not going to happen either, because it ain't going to start turning. You can't be afraid of the dark place you go into, but you got to trust that the light that God has upon your life is going to turn your situation around. It's going to get hot, but you're not going to get consumed, because notice the 3 Hebrew boys. He didn't name them by who's the oldest. He named them based on who was going in first. He named them based in the order of the fire that they was going to have to go through. You got to say to yourself, I'm only being named first, not because I'm being picked on, but because I'm being picked out to stand out and go through the fire. So that way, this situation is going to make me pop. Oh Lord, thank you, Jesus. This situation is gonna pop for me, and not only me, but everybody else that's next to me. This person's popping, that person's popping, that person's popping, this person's popping, everybody's popping. Eventually it's a chain reaction where we're all popping, and what was holding us all down, the same struggle, the same infirmity, the same sickness, the same sorrows, the same tears. We all going through the same stuff, but everything's got no choice but to get up off us, because we all popping. We popping up in here. We popping up in here. We popping and we ain't stopping. We popping and we ain't stopping. And one thing about it, people can smell you a mile away. One thing about your aroma and your aura is God is gonna leave a scent behind that even when you walk away, they're gonna still think about you. Everybody that done talked about you and turned their back on you, everybody that done something wrong, you're going to leave a scent behind where they going to still say you was here. Even when people walk in and they didn't never hear the popping, they never seen the transformation, they never seen the kernel, they never seen, they gonna say somebody has some popcorn up in here. Ain't it amazing that even when you don't talk, the anointing that's on your life is so loud that people know you was there, even though they didn't see you, they didn't hear you, and nobody told you. See, God is getting ready to shift your life so strong that nobody's gonna have to ever worry about celebrating you. You don't have to have no advertisement. People gonna know you was in the building. They gonna know you was there. They gonna say, wow, look at these street corners have changed. Sheila Mack was in the building. Look at all these buildings and all these things that have built up. Man, they made an impact. Your last name is gonna change and it's gonna pop. It's gonna pop, y'all. It is going to pop. I'm telling you. You gotta believe this today. You gotta see this today. I don't know who I'm talking to today, but it's probably one person that got the message. One person that got this message today. You can't pop if you stop. You can't pop if you stop. You just can't be packaged up and good and looking good and being displayed and being seen. You're gonna have to be broken. Because in order to get your transformation, somebody's gonna have to rip you apart. Oh yes, thank you, Jesus. Somebody's gonna have to rip and tear the outer layer. But guess what? It don't matter what's been taken from you, what's been stolen from you, what's been removed from you, what's been torn, what's been broken, because the greater is what's in you than out there in the world. It ain't about the package on the outside. Even though people can see clearly, they think they see you, they think they got you figured out. They read in you, they think they know you. They looking at you, oh, you just a flat substance that says popcorn, but I don't see no popcorn. They looking through the clear package. I don't see no change. I don't see nothing about it. They ain't nothing. The reason why you're not where you're supposed to be is because you're refusing to go through the process of being shut out, to having the darkness in your life, to being turned around and having some heat. He said the heat is going to be at your feet, just like the serpent that he said, you shall step on his head, and the worst thing he can do is bruise your heel. The worst thing is he can bruise your heel. So you got to say to yourself, here I am in a position where he can't touch my head. I got to be willing to say, I'll risk bruising my heel to make sure I can step on this situation. I'm going to step on this thing. I'm going to step on this thing. But once the package is open and torn and you start popping, you got to be torn one more time. Got to be torn one more time. You got to go through different layers of tearing in order for you to be used effectively. But you can't be used in a kernel situation. You got to be used when you pop it. But you never start off popping. You start off flat. You start off consumed, tied down, compressed, packaged up the way people want you to be, want you to look like they want you to look. You say, I can't stay like this. I can't stay like this. I need to take care of my mom. I need to go ahead and pay these bills off. I want to start traveling. I want to start doing all these things, but you'll never start unless you rip off the old nature, rip off the insecurity, rip off the ideas that you think you got this figured out, and start letting the life turn around and start popping, and watch God change things in your life. That's the message for today. That's your training for today. Because without that, there is no way for you to succeed in business, in life, or anything. You got to understand that this spiritual thing, this power of God is the only thing that will help you be successful. It ain't about how smart and sharp you are. We fail when we don't put God in our business. We fail when we don't do this here. You say, oh, it's too churchy. I'd rather be churchy and prosperous than to be conformed to people and the way they want to do it and still fail. Guess what? Those people are suffering. They just don't tell you. They in and out of psychiatrists. They can't figure out anything. Locked up in the room in this big house, and they got the blanket over them right now, shivering because they're scared. But they can function and look good and speak well. Behind closed doors, they're stressed out and about to lose their mind. This is the season. So everybody, let's pick our energy up today. Let's go ahead and focus today. Let's go ahead and win today. Let's go ahead and make things happen to the highest capacity of the level today, because you want to start popping, but we got to turn this thing around. But we got to tear off some stuff, tear off some excuses, tear off some self-esteem, mindset, all this stuff, and change, and watch God change this thing. So without further ado, unmute to call somebody and make some noise for the word, for what God has in your life, and for the poppiness that's going to happen in your life. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and make some noise, everybody, for what God has done.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.